All right, Algebra 2, welcome to your game plan video for section 2.1 to 2.4. Game plan is due Friday. Next Monday, you're going to have a review that you can use your game plan on. Then next Thursday, you will have the quiz for these sections. All right, folks, got some answers for you. And I believe the first answers I'm going to give you are on page, what is that, page A? Again, that makes sense. Page A, state the domain, arrange the domain, all the unique x values. We're going to write in set notation, put them in order, least to greatest, and then the range are the unique y values in set notation. This was a pretty easy page for us. Next one here, number 5. So make the mapping diagram. That is a nice one-to-one function. All right, that's a pretty easy page. Then move over to the next page, page B. And on page B, let's take a look at number 9 there. It is a function. You have no x's going to multiple y's. And it is one-to-one there. Look at that. All right, those are the ordered pairs. -5 goes with 2. -2 goes with the -11, so forth. And take a look at 11. It is a function. Same thing. It's one-to-one again. -3 goes with -4. 2 goes with 9. 6 goes with 2, -1 goes with -8. It is a function. Remember, you're looking for that cheating boy. You don't want the same x going with 2 different y's. Then on the next page, which is page C, f of -1, you just plug -1 in for x. When you score a negative, you get a positive. F of 3, that one's not too bad at all. The next one here, 15 minus 6x, going to plug -1 in. Negative times a negative is a positive, you get a 21. And then I did f of 7 as well. -27 is your answer. All right, then we have some sections for notes. A lot of examples we went over in class. Next one would be on page 12, which pretty much all the classes did together. So this is really only for the students that missed this day. There's the next answer. Let's see, well, that's not the answer. That is it written, and then you got to distribute and subtract 3. All right, it's page 12. You can pause this whenever you need to. How about page 13? This is a page that we are going to do on Thursday. All 3 forms. So first off, find the slope. The slope is 3/2. So you're going to write it first in point slope form. You choose which point you want to use. So it's either or. So just have one of those, okay? Then you're going to move it to slope intercept form. I choose the top one. So I distribute 3/2 to x and 2, giving me 3/2 x plus 3. On the right side, subtract 3. Look at that. The 3's cancel. Standard form, folks, I got to move the 3/2 x over. If it was positive on the right, it's now negative on the left. First off, x can't be a fraction. You can't have a fraction attached to x, and it can't be negative. So I'm going to multiply by negative to get rid of the negative. Then I'm going to multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of that 2 in the denominator. 0 times a -2 is still 0. All right? Number 3, a line passes through and it has a slope of -4. Write in all 3 forms. So point slope form is pretty much done for you there. It's that. It has to be that. Then we're going to distribute and then add 4 to both sides. That's slope intercept form. And then we're going to add 4x to the other side, and boom, you have standard form right away. So that's actually done pretty quickly. You can pause this whenever you need to. I'm going to start maybe parallel lines tomorrow, if not on Friday. So next page is page 16 that I'm going to give you answers on. Parallel, guys, parallel lines have the same slope. So your line is going to be y equals -2x plus b. Then it has to go through -4, 6. So 6 equals -2 times -4 plus b. B is a -2. There's your answer. That is your equation. Number 4, going to be perpendicular. Perpendicular lines have an opposite reciprocal slope. So flip it, give it the opposite sign. That's -4/1, which is -4. So y equals -4x plus b. You're going to plug 3 in for y, -2 in for x. And you get b is -5. That's your final equation. Number 5, are the 2 lines parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Well, why don't you get both in the slope-intercept form? So the first one, move the 2x over, divide by 4. So your slope's 1/2. Next one, you're going to subtract 3x. They're going to divide by -6. You still get 1/2 x. So they are parallel because they have the same slopes. We should talk about that one in class. If not, it's right here. Then on page 17, folks. 17, that's probably one we're going to do Friday. you're figuring out what x value gives you a final answer of 5. So that's what we're doing in part A. 5 equals 10x plus 5. So that would be x is 0. Same thing, what x value gives you a final answer of negative 10. So negative 10 equals 10x plus 5. X would be negative 1.5. And finally, what do we do here? I don't think I wrote, oh, sorry, there's the work right there. What x value gives you a final answer of 10? So set 10 equal to that equation. X would be 0.5. That is the same deal here on number 3. 8 equals 2/3 x minus 2. There's your answer. 0 equals 2/3 x minus 2. There's your answer. All right, here you do like find f of 5, f of 0, f of negative 2, f of negative 10. So you're actually finding that answer. Plug negative 2 in for x, plug negative 10 in for x. Boom, there you go. All right, page 18 of the game time section. This is the big guy, all 3 forms, okay? So find the slope. The slope is 3. Point slope form, I use the 0, 9. That's pretty easy to work with. Y minus 9 is equal to 3 times x minus 0. So slope-intercept form, I distribute the 3 to the x and the 0. Add 3 to both sides. That's slope-intercept form. Standard form, I move the 3x over, so it's negative 3x plus y equals 9. X can't be negative, so everything else gets the opposite sign. Everything gets an opposite sign. So it's 3x minus y is negative 9. All right, number 19. Yeah, page 19, we pretty much did all of page 19 together. I did tell you to change it to negative 10, negative 8 in class. So y equals 3/5 x plus b. Plug negative 8 in for x, or y. Plug negative 10 in for x, negative 8 in for y. Your b is a negative 2. That is your final equation. Then on 5, write an equation of the line which passes through negative 3, 7 and negative 5, negative 1. So your slope is 4. Y equals 4x plus b. B is 19. All right, next page here. This would be page 20. In all the classes, we were to do 5 and 6 in class. So slope-intercept form, find the slope. Y equals 3x plus b. I used negative 3, 10. You get b is 19, so that is 3x plus 19. This next one here, find the slope. That's going to be a negative 1/2. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus b. I used what? Negative 8, 3. Plug 3 in for y, negative 8 in for x. You get b is negative 1 right there. And then I think I did you a big time solid here, and I did number 7. Write an equation for the line, which is parallel. Guys, parallel lines have the same slope, so your line is also going to have a slope of negative 3. So y equals negative 3x plus b. Plug 7 in for y, negative 1 in for x. B is 4. It's parallel again, so your slope is 1/4. Y equals 1/4 x plus b. Plug 12 in for x, negative 5 in for y. B is negative 8. There we go. Page 20. And last page here in the game plan, the last page. I think I just set up number 9 for you. Write an equation for the line, which is perpendicular to. So negative 2 over 1, that's negative 2. So your perpendicular slope is going to be positive 1 over 2. So it's going to be y equals 1/2 x plus b. And you're going to plug 4 in for y, negative 6 in for x, and go from there. Write an equation for the line, which is perpendicular to 1/5 x. So the perpendicular slope, first off, flip it. 5 over 1, give it the opposite sign. Negative 5 over 1 is negative 5. So y equals negative 5x plus b. You're going to plug in negative 1 for x, 3 for y. So b is a negative 2 when you do that arithmetic. And lastly, folks, number 11. Writes the equation of the line which passes through negative 3, 7, and 1, negative 9 in slope-intercept and standard form. So let's first figure out the slope. I believe it is a negative 4. So y equals negative 4x plus b. Pick a point that it goes through. I use negative 3, 7. B is a negative 5, so slope-intercept form is that. All you got to do, folks, is move that negative 4x to the right side, and it will be done. All right, folks, these are glorious answers for your game plan, which is going to be due at the end of class Friday. Folks, this is Yak Math Videos signing out.